Good morning, reptile friends. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about UVB. How important is it? Is it really make that big of a difference? Does the bulb matter? And we'll answer more questions than that in this episode coming to you right now. Even if a care guide says that you don't need UVB, UVB is never going to hurt your animal. So I'm on the stance that UVB is the way to go. I have UVB on all of my reptiles except for my snake rack. So we are big believers in having UVB lighting. You can see my snake rack cleaning project over there. So even like these little guys, I make sure, especially in their development stage, that they have UVB because I don't want them to get metabolic bone disease because it's really rough. And I've rehabbed way too many leopard geckos and attempted to. And most of the time, if I am successful with it, the gecko is impacted for life. So we're going to talk about some different bulbs. Now, I know a lot of people like the linear fluorescent UVB bulbs. The fluorescent UVB bulbs are great. You can have a separate basking lamp and get that, heat temperature up, have that linear UVB over the whole enclosure, and that's great. That's perfect. I, however, do not do it that way, even though that's a great way to do it, and there's multiple ways to hit the same goal with your animals. That's not the way I do it. But if you do it that way, fantastic. You're giving them wonderful UV spectrum, and you are giving them, if you have the heat lamps and whatnot, you're giving them a great basking spot. Everything's perfect. I tend to use the all-in-one UVB UVA bulbs. I get these guys right here off of Amazon, and they work great. I have a UVB sensor card that I use to make sure that the UVB in them is still good, because the UVB is actually a special coating on the bulb itself. And I check them about once a month to make sure that the UVB is still active in them. And if not, then I order a new bulb. So here is Lucille, my other leopard gecko that will eventually go with Desi. She's a little more adventurous. But she is a beautiful lavender. Usually they lose that lavender color in their tail as they get older, but she did not. She's got that beautiful lavender color. She's got gorgeous spotting throughout. I mean, she's just really a pretty girl. But also you can see she's healthy. She's got a thick tail. Her legs and everything are developed well. She has had UVB and calcium her whole life. And calcium is so important for these guys because they are really susceptible to MBD. And we definitely don't want that. So look at that little happy face she's got. She is just a little sweet girl. And hopefully, pretty soon, she and Desi will have beautiful leopard geckos for us. And I'm super excited about the thought of that. But we've raised these guys to be really healthy, happy, and they are just gorgeous geckos. See, I love them so much. They're so precious. And leopard geckos are so sweet. Super easy. They just need that little bit of lighting and making sure that they get calcium to make sure they are at their best. Now, guys, I wish I didn't have the next thing to show you, but unfortunately I do. This here is a rehab that I got from the store. This one has MBD. This one is super spunky. I named him Gimpy. But you can see when he walks, his legs are like jelly. And it's super sad too, because he tries. He's got so much spirit, and he's such a fighter that we're really working hard to try and give him the best life possible. Right now he's getting lots of calcium. He does get UVB. And I do physical therapy with the legs every day. He's actually gotten a lot stronger and is actually moving better than he was before. So we just keep working with him every day, and we're hopeful to give him a comfortable, happy life. I've had him for about a month now, and I'll tell you what, this one is a fighter. But this is what happens. You can see those poor little legs. And this is me working with him. Me slowly working with the legs, working with the joints, trying to do some like physical therapy. I've also been working with his jaw because his jaw's malformed. And he's to the point now where he can lick. He wasn't able to really lick his face before, but we've gotten that far. He's able to move a little bit easier. So for when my big UVB bulbs go out, I always kept these little tiny ones to just kind of fill in while I ordered new ones if I didn't have any in back stock. So I always ordered these up from Amazon right here. And it says on there specifically UVB plus UVA on these little halogen bulbs. And I realized that the UVB is like a coating in there. They look like this. But guess what I found out, guys? They do not have UVB in them. I put one in because the bulb went out on my new little bearded dragon, Daria. And when I threw the UVB card tester in front of it, guess what? It didn't change color. So I have all these backup bulbs that I just use when I'm waiting for the full-size bulb to come in to hold me over that weren't really doing any good. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, if people are using these on their tanks, they're not giving their animal any UVB. So they think they are. They purchased something labeled UVB, but my UVB detector is not picking up any UVB rays coming off of it. And it's any of these little halogen bulbs. I have a different brand too that came to me in a white box that I just bought that was a little higher wattage than these. And it looked basically the same, just a little bit bigger with a little halogen bulb in the center and then the silver around here. And they are all marketed UVB plus UVA. And it says it provides essential UVB rays and UVA rays for reptiles. And it's essential for day active reptiles. There is no UVB in here. So be very careful. Make sure you're getting like a reputable bulb. These Blue X bulbs, great. The UVB coating on here lasts a really long time. These are great bulbs. And like I said, always get a UV sensor. These things are like next to nothing on Amazon, and it'll save your butt. So you don't have to worry about your UVB wearing out and you not knowing about it, because the bulb can actually lose its UVB properties way before it burns out. Which you can still use that bulb as like a basking area, but you can't use it to ensure that your reptile is getting the UVB. So we've got little Desi here, for example, who has grown up with UVB. He gets plenty of his calcium, because that's the other thing. You want to make sure that you're giving him plenty of calcium supplements. And depending on what species you have, depends on how many times you have to cricket dust and all that stuff. And your wattage of bulb and everything also depends on what species you have. But right now, Desi's grown up with UVB. He's grown up with calcium. He is a beautiful raptor leopard gecko. Absolutely gorgeous. And he's such a sweet little baby too. You giving me kisses? You give me kisses? He's such a sweet guy. Just wanted to let you know too, guys, if you are on the Facebook page, I actually have a link to the Blue X bulbs on my Facebook page, so you guys can go get the proper UVB if you use that all-in-one bulb. Make sure that your animals are getting what you need. Just click on the link, it'll take you right to it. They're $19.99 right now. Sometimes the price fluctuates by a couple dollars here and there, but I've never paid more than $25 for one of them. Go check them out. And yeah, it'll make it super easy for you guys to order those and make sure that your animals have the best bulbs they can get. One thing I love about Desi, you put him up to your nose and he will give you kisses. And there we go. I was going to say, and I just lied about it, but no, he does. He is such a sweet little guy. He always has a smile on his face.